you might sense there is something more to life than what you see on the surface. Perhaps you felt a quiet longing or curiosity about a truth that seems just out of reach. For centuries, certain methods for awakening that deeper truth were kept hidden, not because they failed, but because they worked too well. When a person truly remembers who they are, nothing stays the same. Today, we'll explore one such approach, a practice that doesn't teach you new facts, but helps you remove what blocks your own inner knowing. It's simple in essence, though not always easy in effect, and it can feel both gentle and intense. If you're ready to question what you've accepted about yourself and step toward a more authentic way of living, read on. At its heart, this practice isn't about learning something foreign or adopting another belief system. Instead, it invites you to remember something already within you: your natural vibration, your soul's resonance, your true presence. For most of us, life conditions layer over that resonance: opinions from others, old hurts, fears, habits we picked up unconsciously. Over time, those layers dim the quiet signal of who we really are. Rather than adding more ideas or external rituals, this approach gently uncovers what is already there. You might think, how can I access something I've forgotten? The answer is by removing what covers it, not by piling on more information. Imagine a melody buried under noise. The melody always exists, but you can't hear it until the noise subsides. This practice works like tuning. It gradually reduces interference so the original song can play again. It unfolds in a few broad stages that blend together rather than rigid steps you must check off. You don't need to memorize long instructions. What matters is embodying certain shifts in awareness, attitude, and simple daily habits. As you do, a subtle yet profound change happens. You begin to feel from a place deeper than thought, a place that already knows. One essential theme is clearing away the false self. Many voices occupy our mind, opinions we took in from family, culture, past experiences. They often speak as if they belong to you, but they may not. This practice asks you to notice those voices with gentle curiosity. Where do these thoughts come from? Whose fear or wish are you hearing? Instead of fighting or rejecting parts of yourself, you simply observe. This thought isn't my true center. It's something I picked up. Over time, shining awareness on these patterns loosens their grip. You learn to distinguish between conditioned reactions and your own natural responses. As the inner space clears, you feel lighter, more present, less driven by old stories. Alongside clearing, another theme is sensing an inner knowing beyond logic. When the clutter of thoughts quiets, you may notice a subtle sense that isn't reasoning or emotion, but direct awareness. You might call it intuition, inner guidance, or simply a felt sense of, this is right. It doesn't come from analyzing, it comes from quiet attention. In moments of calm focus, perhaps in breathing quietly, being fully present with your body, or holding a simple image in mind, you begin to feel a gentle shift. That shift is the door to your deeper resonance. You don't force visions or chase dramatic experiences. Instead, you allow small glimpses, an inner warmth, a sense of clarity, a feeling of ease where before there was tension. These glimpses confirm you're tuning into something real. A related theme is resonance with your authentic vibration. Many ancient traditions speak of a true name or inner frequency, not as a word but as a state of being. In everyday life, you may never have paused long enough to feel your own vibration. Yet it's always there, like a root beneath the soil. Through the practice of settling, noticing, and gentle rituals, you begin to sense when you align with that vibration. Decisions feel clearer, relationships feel more honest, and life seems more meaningful. You might think, how do I call that vibration? Rather than an outward chant, it's an inward alignment, choosing actions, words, and attitudes that feel authentic, even if you aren't yet fully clear what authentic means. As you do, the sense of "this is me" grows naturally. It helps to realize this process isn't about overnight transformation or dramatic milestones. It's about steady shifts in how you relate to yourself. When the practice begins, you may notice occasional moments of deep clarity, times when you feel free from habitual worries or see situations with fresh perspective. Those moments are encouragement, not endpoints. Over weeks or months of simple practices, pausing to breathe with attention, noticing thoughts without judgment, bringing mindfully present awareness to daily activities, you build a foundation. From that foundation, inner remembering deepens. At the same time, be prepared. As you clear away illusions, you also encounter shadows, old wounds, regrets, unhealed parts. This isn't punishment, but part of genuine freedom. When the light of awareness shines on hidden pain, it can feel uncomfortable. Yet facing these aspects gently is necessary. You cannot embody your true self without acknowledging what's been hidden, even from yourself. The practice encourages honest self-compassion, seeing wounds without blaming yourself further, understanding how past patterns formed, and gradually allowing healing energy to flow. This phase may require patience and kindness. It may help to have support, a friend, mentor, or trusted guide, though the core work remains inside your own awareness. As you continue, you may notice life's rhythms begin to shift. Small actions, how you eat, walk, speak, or relate, become opportunities for presence. You don't need elaborate ceremonies. Rather, everyday moments become invitations to remember. When you eat, you might pause to sense gratitude and presence. When you walk, you notice each step as a chance to be fully here. When you speak, you aim to let words arise from sincerity rather than habit. Over time, these simple invitations weave remembrance into your daily flow. You begin living from that deeper center. So presence is not just a practice time, but a living orientation. Another gentle guide is caring for what enters your awareness. Our minds can easily drown in distractions, news, social media, endless activities. While you need not withdraw completely, being mindful of what you consume helps maintain clarity. Notice what leaves you feeling restless or uncertain, and what brings calm or insight. You don't have to block everything. Rather, you choose with awareness. Over time, this cultivates an inner environment where your subtle resonance can shine without being overwhelmed. Speaking and sharing also have a special role. Instead of repeating ideas mechanically, you learn to speak from that place of lived awareness. When you express what arises from your deeper center, however simply, you carry a quiet power of resonance. Others may sense authenticity more than logical argument. You don't need to persuade. You simply share from your own experience. This doesn't mean becoming a teacher in a formal sense. It means letting your way of being naturally influence your surroundings. Small acts of kindness, truthful words, genuine listening, all become expressions of this inner remembering. You may wonder, is this practice dangerous? In a sense, it can feel disorienting if you're unprepared, because familiar comfort zones shift. Old certainties may dissolve, and facing shadows can be challenging. But the danger is not from the practice itself. It's from ignoring inner guidance or rushing. The approach is simple, not complicated, yet it asks for honesty, patience, and willingness to face what arises. With those, you move forward safely. The real risk lies in remaining asleep, living by conditioned patterns that limit your potential. Remember, the technique is forbidden only in the sense that deep remembering shakes up the status quo within and around you. As you grow in this practice, you'll sense a gradual but irreversible shift. You begin making choices from a quieter, wiser place. You no longer react automatically. You pause, sense what aligns with your deeper truth, and act from there. Relationships change. You connect more genuinely, speak more honestly, and listen more deeply. Challenges still appear, but you meet them from a clearer center, with more resilience and insight. You find peace, not by avoiding life's difficulties, but by holding them from a steadier inner ground. Over time, living from this awakened place becomes more natural, though occasional lapses happen. The invitation is to keep returning to presence whenever you notice distraction or old patterns arising. Practice is not a one-time event, but an ongoing journey, a continuous friendship with your own deeper self. In busy moments, a brief pause to breathe and center can reignite remembrance. In routine tasks, a small shift of attention can turn mundane into sacred. You learn that spiritual power is not escaping life, but engaging fully with it from the true self. Ultimately, this approach reminds you, you're not here to accumulate external credentials or to fit into someone else's mold. You're here to remember a vibration that's always been yours. That remembering transforms not by adding ideas, but by clearing away barriers so your natural presence can shine. When that light appears, you see the world differently. You sense connection rather than separation. You feel trust rather than fear. You act from love rather than seeking it. This shift isn't a fleeting mood. It's a living alignment with your deeper nature. If something in you resonates, if you feel a quiet, yes, this speaks to me, trust that spark. You don't need to figure everything out intellectually. Begin with small steps. Carve out moments of silence. Notice thoughts without judgment. Bring gentle attention to daily actions. Choose nourishing inputs. Speak from sincerity. As you do, watch how your inner landscape gradually changes. You may find more ease, clarity, compassion, and a sense of purpose emerging naturally. This invitation is simple, but requires courage. To look beneath familiar beliefs, to face shadows with kindness, and to embrace the unknown within. But the reward is profound, living from a place of remembrance, where your soul's resonance guides you, and life unfolds as an expression of your true self. No external authority can give you this. It arises from your own willingness to remember. In that remembrance lies a revolution, a shift so quiet, yet so powerful, that it ripples outward, affecting your life and those around you without force or drama. In closing, you are not here to learn who you truly are. That's already within you. You are here to remove what covers that knowing. As you practice, be gentle, patient, and honest. Allow silences. Notice inner shifts. Welcome whatever arises. And let your everyday actions reflect your deeper center. Over time, you'll find life moving from a place of inner light rather than outer validation. When you remember who you are, everything changes. If this message touches you, let it guide your next step. Pause, breathe, and listen. The forbidden key has always been within. Now, you can turn it and open the door.